Hello, all of you 7-Spot viewers. My name's Tom and I run the Tools and Track channel on YouTube. It's this guy here. We've been on the go for nearly 7 years, and most of you may or may not know one of the principal projects that I'm building is this guy. This is my Locost, which is getting built for track use and has been on the go now for near enough 3 years. Which is slow progress, but I've got a few caveats to point out with that. First off, this isn't a kit, this is a scratch build. So on the kick-off of the project, this was all inch by inch box section. And we have done, I think we're on episode 81 or so at the moment, which has been a monumental amount of footage really on how to build one of these guys. A bit of background on the car, it's a mixture of Haynes and Vodou plan. So I started off with the Haynes really just because it gives everyone a bit of context. That classic how to build a sports car for £250 and race it, something that in practice nobody ever achieves because project creep starts. So it's an MX-5 based unit. This is the 1.8 VVT out of the later NB facelift cars. Standard engine, standard gearbox for the moment, but we do have plans to turbocharge it at some point. Probably not too distant future. Like I say, it's got the 5-speed in it, Torsen LSD. It has a few trick parts here and there. The body's off of a Westfield, and that was simply a case of trying to expedite the process. One of the big mistakes that you may be able to have a look on the channel and find out is Westfields and Vodous are not the same width or length. So this body has actually had massive amounts of modification to get onto this, which I'm glad to announce you can't really see, but the back clamshell's been chopped and widened by a foot. The scuttle panel here has been chopped at each end and widened by about half a foot. One of the final things I need to do is obviously deal with the bonnet, which is coming up very soon. The current state of the project is very, very close. So this actually does fire up and run. In fact, I'll probably do that just in a wee second. There's going to be 2 stages to this thing. I'm going to hold off on the IVA a wee bit because, well, again, I'm conscious that we're 80 episodes in and this thing hasn't turned a wheel. One of the big things I do on the channel is auto testing. So I can actually go and auto test this vehicle without any IVA or MOT. So that's a big positive for it. And it means I don't have to do a lot of the fancy sort the lights out, make it all compliant. We can give this a shakedown and actually put some tangible results on how it will perform way in advance of actually doing the IVA. So that's going to be the next step for it. But I think the big thing everybody wants to hear is, what does it sound like? So give us a wee second and I'll fire it up. So the first step, obviously, we've got a wee isolator here, which keeps things nice and safe. And inside, whilst I still have to finish the dash, we've retained the MX-5 key. So nice wee bit of noise there. It has a very, very noisy pump in the back, as we can hear. It's been spec'd up to run the turbo stuff at some point, so I've future-proofed it with a big, nasty, high-flow fuel pump and such. But yeah, that's the guy. If you go on YouTube and have a wee look for Tools and Track, and you have 40 hours spare, I'm sure you can catch up to the project. But if not, we will very, very soon be taking this out for a spin. So that's obviously when the interesting part starts, and I hope to see you over there. Thanks, guys.